Okay, welcome everybody. I'm just so glad that Sue and I are glad to have you all here. And 1 week away this time next week, Sue and I will be in Anaheim, California at the National Convention. We're excited. We're going to be there. And so I was telling a few of them ahead of time that there won't be a Zoom meeting next week. I don't like to, that's why I wanted to have it tonight, even though I look at the schedule. There's so many Zooms planned. Terry yesterday, Terry again today, and there's other ones. So, but we just wanted to meet.
How many of you are going to convention? How many of you? Oh, one, two, and there's Frank, there's Stacy. I don't know who else.
Diane, I don't know how to do it.
Diane.
Well, that's good.
Claudia. Awesome.
And Dale.
And Dale.
Well,
Hi,
we
Dale.
know Dale was gone, so I'm going to see if I can do.
We're like salt and pepper shakers. You can't split us up.
Oh, Laurel's going too.
All right. Well, that's great. There has been questions. If you go into Coach Connection stuff, you can look at the agenda. I tell everyone to do that. There's different things that different people earn the right to go into and stuff. Go look at that. Go see what it is. Friday night, Dr. A and Dan Bell's doing a presentation for the Los Angeles area that's open to everybody to come. If you live in that area, I would try to drag as many people there as I possibly could. Now, they said something about, and when I get there and get my feet on the ground, they said something about maybe the groups meeting up after his meeting. That would be probably around 9 o'clock or so. We'll try to figure it all out and stay in communication with all of you coaches that I contact. If you can contact your coaches that are there, that would be great. So, and just to let you know, I did, Joanne and Robert let me know that they have joined the call tonight. She had a shot or something today. Anyway, they won't be participating live.
Threw her back. It was for pain.
But that lady is a trooper, man. She is.
She said, "You can't keep me away from."
That's right. That's right. So
they're registered and signed up to go.
So anyway, we're excited. If you're on the fence, like they say, and you haven't decided, I would say I'm excited because I see all these people, especially some new people and stuff. Tony and Frank and all these. That this is going to be life changing. I can just imagine next year hearing your testimonies of you going here and what it did for you, the vision it gave you. One, I think the biggest thing that Sue and I got when we went to our first convention is the integrity of the company. It was just...
And the quality of people.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to run across, newbies are going to meet so many wonderful coaches, and they're just going to treat you like, you've known them for years. It's just going to be great. They're so helpful.
Yeah, and on that subject, don't be afraid to pick anybody's brain.
Yeah.
They're there for that. There's no untouchable in Take Shape for Life. That goes from Dr. A across the board.
A lot of our conversations were in the restroom. We're in line.
Yeah,
and
not mine.
Find a presidential. Women are slower. Women are much slower.
But anyway, I just want to encourage all of you to that are going to have a good time. Those that didn't make it, the Tuesday following this, we will try to get everybody on the Zoom meeting. And so, if you're, please be prepared to take notes. They give you a little binder to write in, but I can tell you right now, it's not sufficient. Bring a little binder of your own. I actually like to do it in my binder where I don't have to keep the brochure thing that they give. But in that, on the business pages on Facebook, the Millers pages, a lady posted today the things you need to know about convention, and she really did wrap it up pretty good of all the most. Well, it's on there. It'll be on there. In fact, Terry came on right after and said, "Oh my gosh, this is wonderful." Okay. But just go read it, see if maybe there's something you're missing. But most of all, I would say come prepared to learn. Try to get your rest, because what happens to these things, you go to a meeting, you get excited, you get with your buddy or whatever, your friend, your spouse, and you end up talking at all hours of the night. I say get as much rest you can, because Saturday morning will come soon, and all the things. And
also be thinking about when we have our Zoom call, when we return, your takeaway. Because every year we've gone, there's been a theme that's risen in my heart that maybe I needed to learn or improve on or hone in my skills. So be thinking about that. Be listening and saying, what is it that is my takeaway?
Yeah. And so what we're going to do at our Zoom meeting 2 weeks from now is we'll have people share. Take 2 or 3 minutes and just share. I would say go global this last time. For the first time I can remember, I had about 6 takeaways, which I tried to go and get 1 or 2, and it was just overwhelming. And I just know that's how good the national convention is going to be.
Yeah, and mine on that last one was be a professional.
Yeah.
Treat this like it is business, because it is.
Well, so many of us treat it like it's a home-based business, make a little side money. And if that's what you're doing, that's perfectly all right. But if you see the true vision of really changing a lot of people's lives, soon I look at it this way: we're changing people's health, but we're also changing people that we have gotten in the business to become coaches that are making a great income right now. They're making a great living doing this. And so we look at it that we can change people's lives through this. So we want to do that. Okay. With that, before I go on and rehearse what Terry, I'm going to kind of put Terry's stuff in a nutshell from last week. I really appreciate her coming on, and you could tell she got on, and what she didn't realize, I think the sound, everybody was getting an echo back through. I got a lot of reports. And so a lot of people were quiet, but either they were intimidated by her or they were quiet because of the echo. So one of the two. But anyway, I do appreciate. So let's just open it up. Anyone got a question, want to make a statement, any of that. So, okay. Okay, go ahead, Claudia. Are you muted, Claudia?
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
I'm sorry to always have so many questions, but I am still trying to find this video that was referred to last night by Terry. She said to ask Craig, but I know he's on overload. It's Chelsea somebody's video?
Yeah, I saw it popping up and everything. But Craig had prepared one for us back a few weeks ago, and that's the one I'd use. In fact, I'm not probably the best person of posting things up and keeping things going like Craig is, but I don't know that video. I mean, I never look for it or anything. So
where would we find the one that Craig did so that we can send that out?
He posts so much stuff.
I know. It's like just
so far down. I'm thinking in my mind, you know what? I will try to have Craig repost it, or if I find it, I'll repost it and stuff. So yeah.
Thank you. That was my question. I had it all ready for you.
Okay. Okay. Video. Anybody else now? While people are getting brave enough to
come on, you guys, speak up.
One of the things tomorrow night at 7:00, we'll be doing a Zoom, and it's going to be totally towards the challenge. I'm inviting any coach that's tied to us. I'm inviting on that because I went through and I've seen a lot of teams, 3, 4, 5. Everybody wants to join us. Most of all, to show you how you can get in there. It's very easy to rack up a lot of points. If you're in the weight loss part of it, 4%, very easy to do for most people, not everybody. And then if you're maintaining the different things. So be sure and be on that. I'll try to just answer your questions, get through it, and get you off to where we won't tie up 2 evenings in 1 week. Okay? Question? Okay, Claudia. Okay, Claudia.
Hi, Claudia.
I'm so curious. So will that be a different number than what we're on tonight? Is it will be the same one?
Same number, because
wasn't that a good question?
Yes, it's our room number that we keep. I got away from sending out one because then I'd go back. But I was notorious for snatching the wrong one and sending it out. And so I'm in a room and I'm going, hey, there's nobody here. And then I jump over to the other room and you guys are all there. So it just makes it easier keeping the same room number. Plus, what we do, if I was to call you, Claudia, and say, hey, Claudia, or text you, say, hey, you got time to Zoom? And you go, yeah, you would know what room to go to. You just go right into that room and we could Zoom that way. So, okay. Okay, any questions? Come on, guys.
The contest.
I've got a question. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I went to the Wellness 28-Day Health Day Challenge people that put the site together because I had signed up under Craig's challenge, thinking that I would follow the prompts and know what I was doing to become my own coach, to have my own team, have my own room, and yada, yada, yada. Well, I just totally messed it up, and I ended up in his team, and he referred me to the website personnel people. They got it all straightened out, got me under Terry Miller's organization.
Mm-hmm.
But now on my page, it tells me that I'm under Judy's challenge, and I have no idea who Judy is.
Oh.
I haven't been able to find or see any of my own people signed up.
You want your own team, though, right?
Yeah, but I have no idea where my team members are because they're not on my page.
Well, one, did you send out a link? Did you send out a link for them to sign, or you were waiting to get it?
Right, twice. Yeah, this is about as clear as mud for me.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Diane. Did you send out a link to the people you wanted to join you?
I did, twice. They gave me the link, and I sent it to all of my people.
Is that when you were under Craig?
No, this was after I was given my own room.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's you're gonna hate this answer, but that's gonna go right back to them because there's nothing we can. They keep the rein on the pages pretty tight, so you're gonna have to go back to them. But there's no phone number. You got to email them. Is that what it is?
I'll check and see if there is a phone number. I've basically been doing it through the website, so I will.
Because really, you get that up tomorrow. Like Sue's been busy with her friend the last couple of days. We haven't even got a chance to download her picture.
She's got cancer. I'm not just playing around.
So we got to get her going, but there's plenty of time still.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow as far as showing you the page and stuff like that. Okay. Think of questions as we go.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Diane.
So can people keep signing up for weeks?
Up till, I think,
14.
Yeah,
it's 21st.
The one's the 21st, and I don't. Craig said the 14th on him, so I'm not sure. But the whole point of it is we got to think, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
we're doing this to get people to get into healthy habits,
right?
And so if they get on board a week down the road or 2 weeks down the road, all the whole site prorates them to the amount of days they're in the thing.
Okay, that's what I thought, and and they're kind of doing it against themselves, right? If they do the 4% thing.
Yeah, they're on a team. The team can, of course, win prizes.
That's what I thought.
It's really like it should be. You're competing against yourself in a sense of can I accomplish this? And the goals aren't out of question, and the points. How many found racking up the points is so easy? You go to the page 5-10 minutes in the morning. You click the reading takes approximately 10 seconds if you're a slow reader because it's just a little short thing. The video's a minute and a half long. It's exercise video. Only thing is I couldn't find my juice things to do my things like that. But anyway, but it's really simple. So I encourage you, if you're on this and you haven't joined and you join somebody's team, just join because it will be worth it because when we do this in September, it's going to be big. I think, Terry's up to like $50,000 now on her challenge and Craig's approaching $10,000 for his. So this is just a little fraction of the whole company. So it could be a $250,000 challenge next time around. So anyway, but you'll be the pros. So I tell people, even if you stumble through it, it's worth doing. Okay. All right. A little bit, I want to go back and just kind of bring Terry's teaching back into like a little nutshell thing of what we're trying to say and all that we do. So many times, I think in the past, we try to sell the program or convince people the program really works or, and most of the time it's our story. They see what's happened in our life, what we did, what we accomplished, and that piques their interest. But what aim to stay is if you will spend the time finding out about this person, finding out what health means to them, what they want to accomplish in life, all these things is basically to see if this person, if they're interested in the program or doing something like that, or health is important to them. And two, other questions lead to where, if the opportunity opens up for them to be a coach. And so when she said, probably the biggest thing is when she finds out that deep thing in their heart that they want to do, the mom that wants to be home with their kids, the dad that wants to be home with their kids, the dad that hates his job and he just wants to replace his income and get away from that pressure all the time. You find out those things. You write it across the top of their client page when they become clients, and this will really help you bring it back when that client struggles.
I had lunch today with a coach, and she's in a successful job, and so is her husband, and they're our age, and she wants a retirement that she can count on. She is so focused on that's her why, and that drives her. So we got to find out what drives people to succeed. Yeah.
And so many times when a client, in that area where they've done it for a few months, they're struggling a little bit, and you find out that this happening, you remind them, hey, remember, you were doing this because you wanted to get out on the floor and wrestle with your kids, or whatever that real deep motivation was. We walk them through. That's the same thing on our coaches that Sue and I try to find. I mean, if you're out there on this call now, you know what? I bet there's somebody on this call that, if I ask them the question, why are you a Take Shape coach?
You should.
They may not can answer it. I mean, we could give the old standard. Well, I just love helping people, which I'm not demeaning that in any way, but I'm just saying, what is their deep drive that makes them want to do this? That's what we need to find. And if you're that person I'm talking to, take a minute, find the thing that not things you heard or other people said. Find that thing that just right in your heart that you want to do. If going back to the mom or the dad that wants to be home with the children, or take them to be the PTA dad or whatever, find that thing in yourself, because that will drive it. That will make you successful in your weight loss journey as well as your business journey.
And a lot of times we lose our way. We lose sight of why we're doing what we're doing. And so it's our job as coaches to remind our clients and our coaches, remember when you said you want to go do this? Mm-hmm. And so it's our job to keep it in the forefront, because it's easy to lose your way. I mean, we've all been there.
And so in that, I know Sue and I were probably in the business 3-4 years, never had a vision board. Never had it. Just, I don't know if we just fly by the seat of our pants or whatever, but the vision board really does. If nothing else, even if it's not a vision board, some people that means a lot to, some it doesn't. But if it's that thing across the top of your mirror that says, someday I'm going to climb Mount Everest or whatever, whatever that thing is that drives you, that's the thing you have to keep before you. Your vision board has to be that thing that really, really drives you and makes you want to do that. So
we'll have to show our vision boards.
No.
It's pretty cool.
I know, but it may not mean anything to them. So as we talked a little bit, so that's what basically aim to stay means. In other words, you're aiming to find something in this person that when they get down the road and their strategies and everything, you could remind them their inner motivation that they had to really get it done.
And also, like when you see a good movie, don't you want to just tell somebody, this is so worth it, go see it, or you get good care at a restaurant. When we have something of value, we should want to share it. So I never want to lose sight of the fact that we have something that's really, really powerful to share. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I've got I just sketched out a few notes, but I can see it. But I for some reason in my heart, I just feel that there's some people that possibly are out there that question, what's your motivation to coach, that you may not can answer that. Another question is all these things we've been learning over the weeks, the scheduling, the videos and stuff like that. Are you really using it? Or do you find yourself, and these are just questions you have to ask yourself. Do you find yourself with 3 days, life, 5 days, a week goes by, and you haven't really spent the time on your business. Remember when we talked about scheduling, how I said, I don't care if it's 2 hours or 10 hours you're going to give to this business. If you schedule it, if you schedule your time, it's easy to schedule the time to follow up on clients because that's what it is. But are you scheduling your own personal growth time? Are you scheduling your getting out there and meeting people time? Or do you leave the house with the purpose that, hey, I'm going to change somebody's life today? And when I run into them, if the door opens, one, we're going to build relationships. That's the number one thing. But two, if the door does open, I'm the person that can help these people in health or in finances. And so, or in mental. I mean, how many of us are mentally better off today? So I didn't say you, Eddie. I was just, Eddie, I'm going to stop here for a second because we got about 5 or maybe 8 or 10 more minutes to go here. Anybody want to make a statement or, this is
jump
the
in.
reason we like the Zoom is we believe we can be transparent here. I could say things about us that I'm not worried about going to Facebook and see it posted later. Jack said this, or did you realize that Diane is this? That's not what this is about. This is really about us helping one another accomplish whatever goals we have. And so, anybody want to make a statement?
We learn from you, everyone. I know. What about the
I got one, Jack.
Who's this now?
This is Frank.
Okay, Frank. Go ahead, Frank.
Well, I think the thing that I remember last week that stuck with me all week long, I try to take one thing from your call every week and try to apply it immediately. I think once you said AIM, AIM, the acronym, just activate your intrinsic motivation.
Right.
Just finding that out, it helped me look beyond the person a little bit more. And what is it that deeper, as you said? So I think you're absolutely right. I think that works. And that was a good nugget for me was how do you activate intrinsic motivation for myself and for the people I'm talking to. And amidst all of that, my dear 30-year-old son challenged me that next year at this time wants to run the Seattle Marathon together. Wow. Hello. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
So,
but isn't that a great motivator?
Awesome.
A great thing to just say, I can do this?
Anybody but anyone else but my son, I would say, no, thank you.
Yeah.
But when your kids see you and say they want to spend time with you want to do things with you at 30 years old, you're going, I don't care what it is. We'll figure a way to fly to the moon if my kids are asking.
Yeah.
And that
AIM helps.
So true, Frank.
Excellent.
And that's a big part why Sue and I are doing this business now is for our kids and our grandkids. We really, I was at Go Global when the Drollingers introduced all 7 of their kids. The parents became presidentials at Go Global. Or were there, at least they did their talk at Go Global, and they introduced all 7 of their kids that were in the business, and not only that, they're all doing fairly well.
It took time. Terry said
Brian,
it took many years.
Yeah, 10, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, of course, was a presidential many, many years ago, but that's what this is all about, us leaving a legacy. That's the driving force for me. But you're absolutely right. Getting up with something that just drives you a little bit harder than being a couch potato or whatever. So thank you, Frank. Anybody else?
Well, I guess I'm one. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I've been more.
You're breaking up a little bit, Laurel.
I really wanted to have people who could be part of my team and be supportive of me. And I've had some that are doing really well. Mm-hmm. And I found that I did the best when I was part of a challenge that was being offered by a nonprofit that I stuck to it better. So I'm looking forward to the challenge. And I also appreciate Diana reaching out, and I'm going to go over to her house tonight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll also go to Diana's house tonight. What's your address, Diane?
A little bit of a talk.
Yeah, because She was offering some dress items, some business clothes that somebody was passing on. And so that would, and right at the size that I need to be at, so that it's is real motivation for me.
Good.
That's wonderful. And
That's awesome.
Laura, I will say, probably as we try to teach our clients to reach out to us when they do a boo-boo, instead of we call them and leave 5 messages and we never hear from them, that kind of thing, or it takes a while for them to finally get back. And when we teach our client that this is a journey, they're going to hit bumps in the road, please, by all means, call us. That's the same thing for coaches. You know what? If you feel dry, if you feel stale, whatever, or you just feel like you can't get away, reach up, and I will say that the leaders are busy, but we're never too busy. Never too busy. We may have to kind of maneuver around and figure things out to get, especially this time of year when we're all heading to convention and stuff, but don't take that as a deterrent at all. I'm excited about a lot of you that are going to convention. One, that we'll get to know you better and stuff, and two, just to hang out.
And those that can't go, we're going to bring it back and share it with you,
yes,
so you won't
yes.
feel like you missed everything.
That's right. And start planning now for next time. That's all. That's why I tell people.
Yeah.
I've got 2 coaches that it just budgetary-wise and other things just got in their way. They couldn't do it. And they already set into plan of a savings thing for next year's convention. They don't even know where it's at. So
we don't know where it's at.
Nobody knows. Well, somebody knows, but they're not telling us. But anyway, any other questions? Anybody? We're right at about 30 minutes. We could probably hang on. We can hang on a few more minutes. Like, we got a chat question here. Let me see.
Does anyone know of a book on how to?
Oh, procrastination.
How to kick procrastination.
Well, I don't know if any of you have gotten Dr. Ray's new book. Optimal. Oh, it's something. I can't even think of the name of it, but that to me is a great book on just really laying it out.
There it is. Is that okay?
That's the one?
Diana, do you? Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Can you read that? I can't.
Discover Your Optimal Health.
Yeah, Discover Your Optimal Health. That's Dr. Ray's book. Now, I'm not saying it because Dr. Ray wrote it, but he wrote that book because people struggled and stuff of staying on track. It's a great, great book. So I'd recommend that book, the person that asked, okay? Well, okay. We'll hang in here a few more minutes. Raise your hand, jump up and down if you want to say something, but then unmute and then ask the question. Love to see you guys tomorrow night. It will be totally about the challenge. So if you're not in the challenge, get in. No. But come. If you're not in and you want to hear about it, it's never too late. Probably now I would probably just advise you to jump on our team or whatever and do it that way. But it'll be a lot of fun. Any questions? Comments?
You're so quiet.
I know.
Well,
you guys want me to do it now? Oh, no.
This is Glenda. Glenda. And I just had a question is I'm not on the Take Shape for Life Facebook, and you talk about that, and I just need to know how to go there and get signed up and be a part of it.
Okay, it's not really it's the Millers, and I think I signed you up for the area that you're at. We could talk about that offline, Glenda.
Yeah,
okay?
That's what I wanted to know.
I think you're there. I will double check once we get off the call. You can write down check on Glenda.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll check on that. And
one other question.
Sure.
Is there more than one Hilton in the Anaheim area?
No, there's only one Anaheim Hilton.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure.
I will be giving the addresses out for both hotels.
Yes.
Depending on which ones you're staying, we'll give both of them out. They're supposed to be side by side, so.
And try and exchange phone numbers with your roommates, those that are going, so you can sit together. Okay? Try and exchange those numbers in advance, because when the masses come, you're like, where is she? So plan ahead. Okay?
Yeah.
We have another question.
Yes. Okay. I see they're finally coming in. Oh, on the Facebook?
Yes, Laura. Okay.
Hey, Laurel, can you write your email address for me? Oh yeah, you were put on that. Now, Laurel, have you passed senior coach level?
Can she hear you?
Yeah, she can hear me. She'll just type it out.
Okay.
Because
I'm still on the fast track coach, but I was put on some Facebook page to kind of encourage me to become a senior coach.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, and then the next one up is business. I get them mixed up. One's business builders and one's another one, but you're added as you get to those different levels. What they don't want to do is a coach that's at a certain level swamp them with stuff that really doesn't pertain to them at the level they're at. I love it. I love it. If you're not a senior coach, you need to park on that page there and do everything they say over and over and over and over, and get with your mentor and work with them, and they'll get you to that level. And that's a good building block. Getting 5 people as clients is a great building block. So, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm giving you guys permission to log off. And I'm going to go right here.